A World Meteorological Organization report out Wednesday found that there was an 80% chance that the global annual average temperature would exceed the 1.5 degree threshold in at least one of the next 5 years, and a 50-50 chance that the average temperature for the entire 5 years would breach that 1.5 degree limit.
We are playing Russian roulette with our planet, and we need an exit ramp off the highway to climate hell. And the truth is, we have control of the wheel. The 1.5 degree limit is still just about possible. And let's remember, it's a limit for the long term, measured over decades, not months or years. So stepping over the threshold, 1.5, for a short time does not mean the long-term goal is shot. It means we need to fight harder now. The truth is, the battle for 1.5 degrees will be won or lost in the 2020s under the watch of leaders today. And all depends on the decisions those leaders take or fail to take, especially in the next 18 months. It's climate crunch time.
Guterres warned that the need for action was unprecedented as he highlighted 4 key areas of focus. First, for emission cuts that need to be led by the G20 countries that produce 80% of global emissions. Then ramping up protection from today's climate chaos and the need for developed countries to double adaptation finance to at least $40 billion a year by 2025. For a massive expansion in affordable public and private finance to fuel ambitious new climate plans and affordable energy for all. And finally, confronting the fossil fuel industry.
I call on leaders in the fossil fuel industry to understand that if you are not in the fast lane to clean energy transformation, you are driving your business into a dead end and taking us all with you. Last year, the oil and gas industry invested a measly 2.5% of its total capital spending on clean energy. Doubling down on fossil fuels in the 21st century is like doubling down on horseshoes and carriage wheels in the 19th. So, to fossil fuel executives, I say, your massive profits give you the chance to lead the energy transition. Don't miss it. And financial institutions are also critical because money talks. It must be a voice for change. And I urge financial institutions to stop bankrolling fossil fuel destruction and start investing in a global renewables revolution.
Guterres called on fossil fuel companies aided by advertising and PR firms to stop acting as enablers of the planet's destruction.
Stop taking on new fossil fuel clients from today and set out plans to drop your existing ones. Fossil fuels are not only poisoning our planet, they are toxic for your brands. Your sector is full of creative minds who are already mobilizing around this cause. They are gravitating towards companies that are fighting for our planet, not trashing it. And they also call on countries to act. Many governments restrict or prohibit advertising for products that harm human health, like tobacco. Some are now doing the same with fossil fuels. I urge every country to ban advertising from fossil fuel companies. And I urge news media and tech companies to stop taking fossil fuel advertising.
As he urged all stakeholders everywhere to be on the right side of history. The UN chief also pointed to a well-established fact that those least responsible for the crisis are often hardest hit, the poorest, most vulnerable countries, indigenous people, women and girls in particular, from skyrocketing temperature records that bring droughts and food insecurity to savage storms that wreak havoc, floods recently in southern and East Africa, a snapshot of the destruction to lives and livelihoods with acute economic costs. He warned that even if emissions were to hit zero tomorrow, studies already showed that climate chaos would cost at least $38 trillion a year by 2050, a mother of a stealth tax paid by everyone. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.